Hey there, this is Schwermetallisch and I'm sitting here with nice guys from Vanquisher. Hey there, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm confused as Heimdall, Glenn and Malm, and I'm not familiar enough with you guys to point out who's who.
So I guess that's confusing. Like especially since we use all those stage names as well. So I am Heimdall, the warlord, and I'm one of the guitar players in the band.
Yo, so you are Robin?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And you are Glenn?
Yes, also known as Wolfer.
Yes, okay.
The
And,
bass player.
Yes.
I saw that you guys have been playing together in another band too, so I guess because of the same surname,
Yeah.
your brothers.
We're brothers,
Yes.
yes. Yeah, so we've been playing together for quite some years,
Yeah.
basically. So that's nice.
Yeah, I got a brother too. He's 5 years older than me, so I know the pain. How do you get along in the rehearsal room and on stage, on tour?
I mean, it's of course better on stage, but that's where you have to be nice, right? So in the rehearsal room, we can say whatever we want.
But it feels easy, so.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't be in the same band if it didn't work. Let's just say like that. Because we've been band together for, I don't know, 10 years at least. Like other bands as well before this. So I don't actually know how long we've been in a band together.
I can tell you, it's a bit confusing to differentiate the people in the band when only having the promo pics with the makeup and almost naked and swords and there's like so you obviously have similar hair colors.
Yeah.
So it was like okay, fuck.
Yeah, before we had the drummer in the band, there was this standing joke like you have to have long hair and a slight beard to be in the band. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That makes sense looking at the promo pics.
Yeah.
So you guys are big Conan fans. I get from the themes you're writing and singing about.
Yeah, we try to keep it real true to the fiction of Conan, like the actual books and not the movies.
How about the comics?
Yes, well, like the actual books, the short stories written way before the comic books as well.
Oh fuck! There goes another question overboard here. So if you would be a fan of the comics, I obviously would have asked who's the best artist that ever drew Conan, and well, that question has just died.
That's more a question for the singer of the band.
Yeah, I mean, the singer is kind of our Wikipedia when it comes to Conan. He knows like most of everything.
I think I know the answer he would give to you if you would ask him. He would probably say Barry Windsor Smith and what was his name again? I forgot. It was Buscema, John Buscema.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's also the artist who drew our first EP and single cover. So.
Yeah, I thought okay. The first single was pretty cool, but the cover for Shadows over Stygia, that is pretty cool because I like the colors.
Singer who did that.
Congratulations on that one. So you guys have been together with Vanquisher for was 2000 and go away. I'm citing Encyclopedia Metallum here. It's since 2014.
Yeah, like that's where me and then Njord, from the singer from the band, we got together in his apartment and just like started playing music. He wanted to learn the guitar, but for some reason we just started a band instead. I don't know. I guess we got bored of the guitar lessons. So.
Yeah, okay, that happens.
Yeah.
one question when it comes to activity of the band. That's 7 years, and you released one EP and one single.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean the crazy story, I guess, is until 2017, I think we didn't have the full band together. Like it was only me and Njord for a while, and then Wolfer, my brother here, he joined as well. And then we were searching for another guitarist and a drummer for such a long time.
2 years.
And then we just also had to find a way of recording the songs we had to just have a demo for anyone to listen to be able to join the band as well. And that's actually what became the EP. That's around that time we found a guitarist, but we still didn't have a drummer. So we had a friend just record drums for us.
Sometimes when I ask those questions and get the answers, I have to fight the urge to go online on this fucking page and just edit it like, hey, they didn't release anything else because they didn't have a full band to 2017, so don't bother them questioning.
No, I mean, in a sense, that's true. Like we weren't actually a real band until really 2018, because that's when we had the full band in the year before, and then we started playing live 2018.
Oh, we kind of focused on the live gigs, so
Yeah, exactly. We took 2018 to just like establish who is Vanquisher, just play live and get to know each other really well. So I think we played 13 or 14 shows that year or something.
Yeah.
And then we of course recorded after the summer the songs for the single Shadows Over Stygia, which then released in 2019. And then then what happened? Well, I guess we all know some parts of what happened. So, of course, the pandemic took some stakes for that to slow down. But we've been recording the full album. But since the pandemic hit us, we couldn't really have any booked drum session for recording the drums. So we just postponed like the recording a bit and focused on building this rehearsal studio room instead. So this is actually like a space I have at home. So now we have much more speed for the coming releases, we hope, because we know more and we have better circumstances.
options. Yeah.
So let's just say we hope to be able to be a lot more active going forward.
That would be great. I reviewed the Shadows Over Stygia single, and of course I liked it.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I don't interview bands which I don't like.
No, I think that's probably a good idea. It would be
Okay.
an awkward interview.
Sometimes I do, because if you get an email from your boss asking you to, I don't know, interview a really big band, it's not like you no, I really want to do this YouTube channel forever with like 200 subscribers. So no, just underground, please.
Sure,
But-
sure. I guess that it could make sense to do.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a media whore. You don't get around that when doing this. But I liked it, and of course I'm a big Conan fan. But I come from the comics.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean most people in like if you're mainstream, I guess you come from the movie stuff. Usually people try to cite the movies when we talk about the music, but it's not.
That's
Really
like
what
the
we
only
do.
thing they know.
Yeah,
The lamentation of the woman.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like I mean we like the movies of course too, but that's not what our music is based on. So
When talking about the movies with Schwarzenegger, do you consider the Red Sonja spin-off as a legitimate part 3?
I don't know actually. I don't recall if I've even seen it. So maybe I can't answer the question.
Because as I get it, they didn't have the rights to make Schwarzenegger play Conan actually in the movie, so they gave him, I think his name was Kalidor,
Okay.
And actually, it was like, no, it's Conan. He's just undercover. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you need to do some creative turnarounds to get through with stuff.
Yeah, that was the 80s. That was just a bit stupid. So you guys obviously want to go on touring, go out there and promote your music. Is there any new material for an upcoming, full-length release?
Yeah, like if you search online, I'm not sure if you can anymore, but you used to be able to listen to all the songs because we've played them all live. But seeing from the release, we have at least the double amount of songs that we haven't released. So, and also a big note there is that like the EP songs have been very much improved. Also, there's a lot of changes in them, and but I mean, of course, in general, it is those songs, but it's just the sound and everything is so much better. And the correct people are playing on the song. So,
is it hard to remain writing over or sticking to that theme and the lyrical theme of the Conan stories and the Hyborian Age and Stygian stuff?
It feels very easy because he's all over the place. You can like take every theme and put in Conan.
Yeah, it feels like we won't really run out of ideas for a lot of years at least. And then also, I mean, some songs are so vague. It is Conan, but it's technically just battles or whatever. So it's just theming it correctly, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's so much stories, and like you say, also the comic books. I mean, in a sense, those are also inspirations for the songs, but we haven't used them as such. We have a song called Savage Sword, which is more like a name inspired by the comic books.
Yeah, the Savage Sword of Conan.
Yes.
What?
Also, we haven't checked really how much we can touch the comics. We know we can touch the books as much as we want, but not the movies. If you touch the movies and take stuff from there, you can get sued.
Yeah, we've actually talked to lawyers to see that it's.
We have checked everything.
What can we do without getting the shit for it?
It would be great to hook up with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Of course, it would be really cool if we listened to our album when it releases.
So what is the reason this universe speaks so much to you guys?
I mean, the basic introduction was just what is most heavy metal. I guess Conan is kind of the essence of heavy metal, in a sense. So we thought, let's just make sure there's a real band made from Conan, and not just those songs here and there. And then we do another thing, like some bands do. They tend to write like some songs about Conan, and then they do something else, and it's mostly based on the movies and whatnot. So we're trying to be the true Conan metal band.
The cool thing about your band name is that the band name itself is not bound to the Conan universe.
True.
Or at least for me. So if you, I don't know, decide a few years later that you want to write about anything else, you just need to change 2 pictures on your band page and just can go on. Because Vanquisher is not something I would say. Oh, that's a word I instantly think of Conan.
No, exactly. But I guess that's also where we try to be safe.
If you had called yourself the Savage Sword, for example, that would be a different story.
True. No, but it's just like a cool name without trying to be too much stealing words from the Conan stories, I guess. So,
how long have you guys been playing in bands or playing music in general?
It's a bit different in the band, I guess, but most of us have at least been playing since we were younger, at least. Like, I started playing guitar when I was 12, I think. And there was these culture school moments in school where you could take classes for instruments. So that's also where Glenn comes from.
But I started with clarinet and saxophone, so
yeah.
But I've been playing bass for 14 years or so.
Yeah, and I also know like the other guitarist and drummer. They also are just nurtured by music from childhood. Whereas actually our singer is the more interesting because he started singing somewhere in high school, I think, and haven't really had metal and hard rock music in his childhood that much. So I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, I really sorry to say that, but I really hate the saxophone.
It's fine. We won't use it.
It's
in
not
Vanquisher, I think.
It's funny how a saxophone, an instrument made of metal, is for me at least the most un-metal instrument ever.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was I don't know, I don't remember. I wrote a review a few weeks ago about some very extreme and progressive metal, and there was a saxophone in there in one song, and it was like, skip.
Oh.
You have the band Yakuza that has saxophone in like every song.
Oh my.
They're cool.
I just in that band at least, but I get what you're saying. Like usually it is really annoying to listen to.
There's one song of the band Riot, "I'm a Killer." This song,
they have saxophone.
This song has actually a saxophone in the background in a few moments, and that is a great song. But anything else with saxophone in it is just like, okay, you give me a few seconds and I get really riled up. It's like, I'm gonna destroy something. Put that out. Yeah, like
it's
that.
like that sexy instrument to turn you on, but it turns you off.
It turns me on, but not in a way anyone could like.
Okay.
It's more like a landmine.
Maker.
Oh yeah.
Play saxophone and turn Dennis in the direction of the enemy.
Maybe that's a new thing for thrash metal bands to create a better mosh pit. They play some saxophone and then just the mosh pit.
Yeah, people destroy each other over that. So the pandemic.
Yeah.
How did it affect you as a band?
I mean, mostly it's slowed down everything, right? And we haven't really been trying to play any live shows right now because we want to really make sure the recording gets done, and it is almost done, so that's good. But since we have a guy helping us record and mix who is not living where we are, he's the one that's supposed to record the drums also. That's the main reason it slowed down so much, because he needs to travel to record the drums, and in the beginning we didn't want to risk that, of course. So I mean, of course, then like I said, we delayed recording some of the other parts like guitar and bass, some of that, which made it take longer time, obviously. But in the end, I'm very happy that we have this space now, so I hope it will all be good and worth it in the end.
So the recording of the drums happens in a natural way with you guys? Like
in a natural way, like we will record drums, yes.
Because if you say the guy who records the drums has to travel to do so, it means you can't do it like, hey, I will send you an email and you get the recording done and the mixing done.
Yeah.
And
no, he who does the mix knows how to record drums, and we haven't really learned that ourselves yet. So, of course, we could do it somewhere else, but since he's mixing it, why not let him record the drums as well?
Yeah, I'm not a musician by any meaning, but as far as I know, recording drums is the most fucked up and complicated thing.
Yeah, it is the more
in the whole process.
Like recording guitar is just mainly having a good signal and then sure, you're good to go. And then know how to play, of course. But for drums, it's a whole different story.
I did an interview with the guy from Hound, Trevor Church, and he's always building stuff in his home studio to properly record the drums, and he has set up with a microphone that went into the drums from below.
Oh shit!
And it was like he's a fucking heavy metal MacGyver.
It's
always
fine.
You should check out his videos, because he does a lot of videos, and he's always prepping stuff up and recording all alone, and it's like okay, I think I know why it's difficult to record drums, because because of the room sounds or something like that.
I mean, also like what is it from the drum that you want to record? Like which part of the sound? Like when you hit, you can hit in different spots, and it will be picked up differently depending on where you place the mic and which mic and everything. Yeah, it's just so much stuff to get into. So yeah, I haven't really done it myself, so I hope
it sounds
to
really
learn it at some point.
Complicated. It's a bit like brain surgery.
Yeah.
So what are your plans after this whole pandemic situation settles? Everyone is vaccinated, or I don't know.
Exactly
we can go to gigs again.
Yes. I mean, of course, our main future goal, I guess, is releasing and playing outside of Sweden, because we haven't done that so far. But apart from that, I mean, we of course want to get up to speed with actually writing music and releasing within reasonable years.
Which we can do with this space.
Yeah, and of course we all have material just waiting to be able to take care of. But it's also like a risk if we would start writing too much on the other music right now. We would probably lose focus on the actual recording. So that's mainly why we're trying to really nail down this now.
Understand this. It's
we've done that with earlier bands.
Yeah,
writing
exactly.
one full length, not recording it, making a new one. So there's nothing to really touch the old music.
You kind of lose interest yourself, and that's not good.
That should not happen. I can't wait to go to gigs again and get drunk in public.
Yes. Yeah, actually, right before the pandemic started, we went to Germany, actually.
Yeah.
And we watched a show and also joined Tulsa Doom, another Konanish band, on stage for one song. So that was really cool.
Tulsa Doom?
Yes.
Yeah.
You should check them out if you haven't. They're a bit more, I guess, baffery, pounded sound.
I did check them out, of course, because of the name, and it was like, okay, this is sounding really harsh.
It's pretty. I don't know. They also have a new album in the making.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of bands seeming themselves around the Borean age and stuff like that. But I can't find a band named Kulan Garth. But we will check this out right now. No matches. The Metal Archives have no Kulan Garth band. Do you listen, people? This is free.
Yeah, it's given name. No, we're actually good friends with Tulsa Doom, so that's cool.
Yeah, come back to Germany, because we fucking love heavy metal, you know.
Yeah, we really want to play in Germany. It seems like a good place.
The scene is much better than here in Sweden.
Yeah, about that.
We traveled to Germany and they treated us like we were a band. We got free access to backstage, take the beer, whatever. Okay, thanks.
And we made 3-minute show.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard the scene in Italy is not that good because heavy metal is not socially accepted very much there,
Right.
and you don't have as much bands as in Germany or Sweden. I think compared to Italy, Sweden is like
Yeah, it's a good country for music, obviously, but it's people need a push to actually support their music. I mean, usually there's that weird thing that people do, like they only go to the main band and they don't even watch the pre-band. So
Yeah, they stick at home before.
super weird.
weird is too nice of a word for that behavior. I would
Yeah, maybe it is. But, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you paid to watch these three bands. Why are you just ignoring two of them?
Yeah.
It's super.
We went to
Me-
see Amon Amarth, and the people came after.
Yeah, it was Hypocrisy, Arch Enemy, and
Yeah.
Amon Amarth. And like until Amon Amarth played, half of the arena wasn't even filled yet. But there were a lot of more people when Amon Amarth started playing. So
I don't get it because I'm not a fan of Arch Enemy because I'm not into that kind of metal. I'm not a big fan of death metal. Or yeah, that I like lyrics, singers, and but that is a big band, that is a household name, and if you get tickets that are pricey because you have three bands with household names,
Yeah.
you get the fuck in there.
yeah, I mean, at least make something out of your money yourself.
Yes,
If you're that selfish, at least do something for yourself.
and
Make you
if you haven't heard the other bands, and I speak as a longtime fan of heavy metal and rock music, it happened so often for me and my brother that we got to a gig because of one band, and we obviously wanted to check out the other bands too because money, greedy people.
yes.
And we went to I forgot the name of the band. That's ridiculous. But the main band was a Manowar ripoff, so to say. Everyone knows that band, and I did forget David the Face is a singer.
Are you thinking of Majesty, perhaps?
I really forgot. Marriage of Heaven and Hell was a well-known release of them, and they are pretty good. The old stuff is pretty good, and the support band was Riot,
Right.
and we never heard of Riot before because in Germany it was before the internet.
Right.
It was in the 90s, and we went there, and Riot played before they played. And I will search this because I'm embarrassing myself here. So, the Metal Archives, I tell you. Album title, yeah. Internet.
No.
Yeah, it's this page is really ridiculous when it comes to processing speed, and you really sometimes you can rather Google it
And find
and it's faster.
the site. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a book of William Blake. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Virgin Steel.
Okay.
Virgin Steel was the actual band that we were
Yeah.
like totally hyped for the band.
I
And-
that band, at least some of the others. They are.
They had a
up and down.
Sword stage.
Yeah.
And I was like 15, 16, and it was like, hey, that guy has a sword on stage, and it was a cool gig. But after Riot, it was like, it's just another band playing on the same day because these guys had so much energy and everything sounded so, professionally written, and the singer was really great. It was at the time the Inishmore record came out, and it was Scorched Earth after that. It was really
live myself. That's good.
I don't think any band could have topped that performance on that evening. It was just like everything was I was so hyped because of that band that all the hormones were gone. It was like okay. So and that is that can only happen if you really witness every band on that enters the stage on an evening, and if you pay like €60 for a concert and only go to one band, it's like €40 just burned.
I mean, even worse than if some issue occur or like you actually think the main band wasn't that good.
Or imagine the main band is Guns N' Roses and Axl comes
Yes, exactly.
4 hours later.
That was kind of what I was thinking about as well.
So, okay, cool. That is ridiculous fan behavior, and I really think that is not what heavy metal is about.
No, and there's so many videos you can just see Axl Rose do stupid shit.
Yeah, and the general behavior you mentioned in the scene that people just come to see one band. It's frustrating for the bands that play before that act, because they get paid anyways.
Yes, okay, sure, but
you want to
if
grow.
you get paid, yeah. But on those big tours, of course, you get paid, so that's at least something.
But I know that bands nowadays live from merchandise.
Yeah.
So if the people don't enter the venue before their Amon Amas gets on stage, they won't buy your merch because they don't care about you as a band, and that is really shitty, because if they actually are there and witness you playing music, they might just fall in love with your stuff. So and buy a record and buy a T-shirt and the patch, and I don't know. That's what the approach of me. If I go to a concert, I want it's like you're going to the cinema and come so late that you just watch the movie. I want to see the trailers. I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you find something. Whoa, this I haven't heard of. That could be pretty cool stuff.
And at a gig, it can happen that you say, okay, this is my favorite band now.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of when I went to see Arch Enemy. I'm on a morph. Like, I actually thought Arch Enemy was almost better live. So I wouldn't know if I didn't see them.
Yeah.
And also, like, I remember seeing Rob Zombie live, and Avatar, the Swedish band, played before. And I had never heard of them really before, but they are really good live. And I don't really like them as much without seeing them live, but live they are really good. So.
Is that the guy with the makeup and the hat?
Yes.
Yeah, it was just like, no, it's the 90s again.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. But I mean, they are really good to watch live. So even if I don't listen that much to them, I enjoy their live shows. So.
They were support for Avenged Sevenfold and Five Finger Death Punch, I think 10 years ago or so.
All right.
When I was just starting to write reviews, I went to that gig because I was invited. I was on the guest list for the magazine, so yeah, of course you go. Okay. Yeah. And I saw that, but the merch was really pricey because they were the American bands, so it was like a T-shirt, €30. Go fuck yourself. No, that's ridiculous. Speaking about music a lot, of course. What are your main influences?
Yes, that's a big one. I mean, we come from different music inspiration, I guess, which makes it very interesting. I think that's also why we, I guess, write interesting music, because we always
Try to implement.
Yeah, everyone is involved in a sense. We're very diplomatic in the band, so we can discuss like the smallest thing and then have a vote. And since we're 5 in the band, that's perfect, because we can always be 3 who are against one thing and then 2 who support the other thing. But yeah, me personally, I come from playing a lot of like Megadeth and Death and Dream Theater, so I guess I'm more of a prog thrash metal kind of type, but I've grown into liking more power metal in these days, for example. So that's where I come from, but I know that's not the case for the other guys. So you're more of a death metal guy, I guess, from the start.
But as more as we play, the more you find bands in like heavy metal, thrash, and power that you actually like, that you didn't like before.
Yeah, you used to say that you didn't even like power metal. So
yeah.
Starting playing with us was an interesting thing. But
it was, I have time, let's do it.
Yeah. So there's no real band that you can say this is the inspiration for Vanquisher in a sense. No. Especially since we let the story is kind of, that's mainly what decides where we take the music. Like if it's a dark theme, obviously the song will be a bit darker.
Yeah, and I think for any real metalhead, and of course for musicians as well, or even more so, the question, what is your favorite band? Yeah. It's so. Are you kidding me? So I have hundreds.
It's interesting to also read some comments sometimes when we've released the music that some people say it sounds a bit like Iced Earth, and I don't know if any of us really listen to Iced Earth. So, that's cool in a sense that you can hear inspiration from something that isn't really an inspiration. But of course, Manowar's music, at least to some of us, has been an inspiration, I guess, since Conan and Manowar is like the same painter in some sense, right?
So who's the guy with the Manowar tattoo?
That's the singer, Njord.
Ah,
he's the biggest Manowar fan, I think, in the band.
Obviously,
the other guitarist as well, but
Manowar was the birth of Njord.
Yeah, in a sense.
That was the thing that made him want to sing like.
Yeah, I guess that's probably what he wanted to. Like that's obviously his biggest inspiration.
So it's like in the Bible, Manowar played their first chord, and Njord's mother was like, "Oh, I'm pregnant."
Maybe, but you can probably hear it if you listen to how he sings. That he's very inspired by Eric Adams. So.
Yes, you should check out the band Riot City if you haven't already. That singer dude, the new one, sounds like Eric Adams.
Oh, right.
But like with 26 years old or something like that, it's really impressive.
Yeah,
and really, really impressive.
It's also very impressive that Eric Adams can pull off the things he can nowadays as well.
Yeah, but I was not a big fan of the reissues.
Right. Well, I'm thinking in general more live, but
I didn't see them live for like, oh man, I saw Manowar live. I think it was Dynamo in '99, and that was it. It's 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Long ago, yeah. It was like you can't put up a show like that in Europe in this year and age, in this day and age. It's impossible. It's like you can't put a girl on stage and tell her to show her boobs.
No, it's also since they're growing older, it becomes more disgusting.
Yeah. And I'm kind of embarrassed that I actually didn't think much of it at that time. It was like, oh, oops.
Well, I mean, that's what it was back then, right? It was a thing you didn't care about. It was the norm, I guess.
And they always drink a lot of beer on stage.
I mean, just think about Frank Zappa. That's not even metal, but there's all those stores, the underwears and everything. So I mean,
I really don't know anything about Frank Zappa, to be honest. I just know that he's had this image, and yet still was disgusted by Alice Cooper's behavior.
Okay.
So he had to go to extremes to fuck with Zappa.
Wow.
If someone with that image goes like, oh, that goes too far.
I didn't actually know that they had a thing together.
You just have to play with the thought in your head that Dave Mustaine was fired from Metallica for drinking too much.
True.
And Metallica had the nickname Alcoholica at that time, so yeah. But the main reason is he becomes very angry when drunk, and he's quite good at hand-to-hand combat. That's not a good combination.
Yeah, no. Maybe that's
man.
why he put the song "Angry Again."
Yeah.
He took a beer and
Yeah.
Alcohol is not always a solution.
No.
So, yeah, I'm actually out of questions, guys.
That's fine. It's fine. I mean, in general, I just expected us to be chatting about music in general. So, but it's nice that it ties into Vanquisher at least.
Yeah, of course. It's it's strange times at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
I expected this to be over by now. not our interview, but the pandemic.
Yes.
Are you starting to let go? We could have played 3 gigs the last month, but because we haven't rehearsed that much, we didn't feel like it was okay to play them.
Yeah, it would take too much time also from the recording, which we it needs to be tied up now.
Yeah, I really struggle with going to gigs again because I have the opportunity to do so at the moment, but I'm feeling really insecure about this because this stuff actually kills people, and
Yes.
I'm an old fat guy that has some I forgot the word in English, but I'm a diabetic, so
Right.
it's more dangerous for me to get infected. Okay, I'm fully vaxxed, but I'm still a little I don't know, scared.
It's still evolving, so
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good idea to stay safe still.
Yeah, I think I will wait another
I mean,
4 weeks or maybe longer, and then I will have to head back into the scene because otherwise I will probably die.
yeah, I mean, there's that thing, of course. You could die, or you could die without having any fun. So I guess sometimes you need to take risks, of course. But
Yeah, that is true. So I have to thank you for taking the time on this beautiful Sunday. It's really hot in my room.
not here. That's the good thing about our studios.
I'm a bit. Bleh.
Are you in the space where you have the poster that we sent you?
Yes, that's actually. So I will try to take you for a ride.
Take you for a ride, yeah. Maybe this is not something you do in every interview.
There it is.
nice.
See it?
It's cool.
That's a really, really cool poster of these guys.
That's the only poster we have.
Well, yeah, it might be that you have one of the few actual posters we've ever printed so far.
Yeah, I also have this really big Atlantean Codex poster because I ordered the back patch from those guys. They have really crazy back patches. One moment, I will show you this back patch. You will just like freak out.
Sounds heavy. Oh yes.
Oh,
That's cool.
that's sweet.
That was like, I didn't plan to ever buy a back patch for around 20 euros, but I saw this and it was like, whoa, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
I even did an unpacking of that patch, and it was like, I ordered the patch and there were cards and stickers and this really ridiculously big poster inside. And okay, if you order at Van Records, you always get a fuckload more than you bargained for. It's really great.
That's
and
nice.
if you order a vinyl from those guys, they really know how to pack the vinyls so they won't get destroyed on the way to wherever you are.
That's been a big problem, I think, for a lot of bands.
Yeah, I also I mostly order stuff from around Europe and Germany because I know if I order vinyl from overseas, they might get destroyed or I don't know, get lost.
Yeah.
It's also been a growing problem now with overseas because the shipping is just growing so much in expenses.
And if you order from America, it's like they take 2 weeks to get it across the whole continent, and from there they fly it to Europe and get it actually to you. And it's like you always have to wait for 3 or 4 weeks for fucking patch or a shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, okay, we are sitting in New Jersey and we have to transport it, I don't know, to Idaho, to fucking Idaho, to transport it from there to Europe. And it's like, hey, what? Why?
Yeah, no, the shipping has been crazy now. It's like more for shipping than for the actual product you buy.
Yeah.
And maybe they're working hand in hand with some cocaine cartel and always ship stuff together, like cocaine and merchandise.
But
So-
cocaine is free to ship, so.
Yes.
Shipping is free on drugs. And handguns, of course. Okay, enough of these jokes.
Yeah.
Thanks for having the time for me, and I wish you a very cool Sunday. And don't go out there if it's like here. It's like it's a bit disgusting here.
Right.
I'm really sweating everywhere.
Yeah. Thanks for taking the time interviewing us, and I hope you will do it again. I guess when we actually release the full end
Yeah.
Yeah, promise.
in a near
got-
future.
It would be awesome.
We got my sword.
Yes.
I don't have a sword.
Well, we got your virtual sword. I guess.
We have a sword.
Digi
So.
sword.
Yeah.
I can buy some I don't know, out of plastic or something. I will ship 3 weeks from
Our
the
singer
order.
has the film prop.
The Conan replica.
Yeah, the replica of the film sword.
The Conan sword.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. See you next time.
Yeah.
Good luck when it comes to recording and rehearsing again and playing gigs again. I hope you get into practice soon when it comes to playing live again, because we all need it. And come to Germany, of course.
I agree.
Absolutely.
We will.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yes.
Thank you.